Good evening, everybody. This is EJ Harris of EJ Harris Championship Music. Um, Here tonight, I'm getting ready to pour some stuff into my music library, which has about 30,000 songs. Not to brag, but like I said, this is a page for music lovers and have many artists, like a chameleon. I can listen to Amy Grant 1 minute, and then listen to Def Leppard on another, and then listen to Ice-T on one hand, and then listen to the Stylistics another time, and then I could listen to Kim Carnes doing Betty Davis Eyes, and then I can hear her do country, Crazy in Love, from the album A View from the House back in '87. A lot of people don't know she did country. And then I can listen to John Elefante, a great Christian artist who sung with Kansas back in the day. Yeah, Steve Morse wasn't the only lead vocal in that group. John Elefante was a part of Kansas back in the '70s. Remember a song called Dust in the Wind. But here's what I got tonight. Ann Nesby, I'm Here For You. She sung with Sounds of Blackness. That's where she was most known for before she did that solo LP. Here is Foreigner, Unusual Heat. That was after Lou Gramm left the group. And I'm going to catch up with Mick Jones and his solo project before long. But when got that, so now I'm complete on Foreigner. And next is Trey Lorenz, who was discovered by Mariah Carey back in the day. That's when she really got big. That was back in the early 90s. This came out in '93. Wonderful album. And here is Nikki Leonte, wonderful Christian artist that was produced by a person I just mentioned, John Elefante. She cut this when she was 16 years old, and then she went away for a while, and then she cut another CD. What actually happened was she actually got pregnant, wedlock, and she stepped away from Christian music for a while. And everybody comes up short. The Bible says, all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. So she stepped away from the Christian music scene out of Nashville because that's considered taboo. And then she came back and cut that CD, and I'll be listening to that for the first time. This here, Lisa Keith, sung a song with Herb Alpert called Making Love in the Rain. She was the lead vocalist on that. A lot of people think that was Janet Jackson. That was actually her. Janet Jackson sung Diamonds. Great song it was back in the day. And my last two CDs of the night. You might remember this man here. Paul Carrick of Ace and Mike and the Mechanics. Dynamic singer. Love his voice. Love his passion. He sings some darn good ballads. Tremendous singer. He was the lead on Silent Running. That was Mike and the Mechanics' first hit. And trying to think. Well, no, All I Need Is a Miracle. That was Paul Young's Sad Cafe, not the solo artist. Two different people, and he passed away years ago. But that was his most famous song. The other one was How Long by Ace. But he has some good hits off of this album. One Good Reason, and here's the last one I have of him, Groove Approved. That was after that one, and he wrote a song with Michael McDonald called "Love Can Break Your Heart." Um, Both recorded that song, and it seems like Michael McDonald has done a lot of songs with other artists that both of them have recorded. Um, First one that comes to mind is "You Belong to Me." Many people remember that being a number one hit for Carly Simon. Michael McDonald actually recorded that with the Doobie Brothers before Carly recorded it, and I believe that was in 1976. "Living on the Fault Line" was the name of that CD for the Doobie Brothers. And when Carly recorded it, it was a year after her worldwide smash "Nobody Does It Better" on the James Bond movies. Um, Forgot the name of the movie that it was on. "The Spy Who Loved Me." That's what it was. And I have a lot of music soundtracks of movies that I've never seen in my life. That's really unbelievable to me. Um, in my library, I have two soundtracks where I've seen the movie Rocky and Footloose, and it was many years before I even saw Footloose. That CD was I listened to all the songs for years. Never saw the movie until Father's Day of 2013. I was sitting with my children in my home in Baltimore when I was still living on the East Coast, and finally watched the movie for the first time. My kids were shocked that I had never seen it, but I had a soundtrack to it. But that's those are the only two movies. I have Saturday Night Fever. Never saw the movie. I have Two of a Kind. Never saw the movie. Grease. I never saw the movie. I think I saw the Broadway play. I have Broadway soundtracks that I never saw play. Hamilton being one, and that's still very popular. But I've never gone to see the show. The other one, Something Rotten, and I got both of those from my daughter. She strung me up one day and made me listen to it. In fact, I was in our car, so I had no choice but to listen to it. But fine music there. But let me get back to the Michael McDonald thing. I talked about him and Carly Simon. Then he went on a run of writing stuff with Kenny Loggins. I Gotta Try was one. He McDonald did on his solo debut, Playing by the Rules, in 1981, best known for I Keep Forgetting. And Kenny Loggins would do it about a year later on a CD called High Adventure. So that's one. And then the last one that really became a huge hit for Michael McDonald was called No Looking Back. That was released in '85. But on the other end, Kenny Loggins did it on his CD Vox Humana back in 1984. Okay, but tremendous talent, you know. But that's what I got tonight. I'm gonna go through some of the library and some of the stuff that I added recently within the last couple of months. I'm gonna do that probably tomorrow night, maybe early Saturday morning. I'll record that for you, and be on the lookout because I'm gonna expose some of my Apple Music library and share some of the tunes on there, and you'll get to hear some of that publicly if you have Apple Music and you can look up some of that stuff. Okay, want to get your take and feedback on some of the songs and maybe share some stuff with me. Okay, I'm EJ Harris, and this is EJ Harris Championship Music, and I can always be found here on YouTube on EJ Championship Music. Okay, that's the title of the page, EJ Championship Music, and it's public. But the only thing I ask is if you share a video or want, request to be a video, this is nothing but music here. No other subjects, just music. Okay? We can talk about instruments. We can talk about singers. Speaking of instruments, we're gonna talk about some jazz artists, instrumental artists that are tremendous. They are the bomb. I'm gonna be talking about Jeff Lorber. I'm gonna start with him probably next week. Okay, but been on here enough. 10 minutes. You guys have a blessed night, and we'll talk again soon.